We'll be doing some journaling. We're going to journal. We're going to, read and, write, break down the stories of the videos and of the books that we read in the scriptures, mainly the books. We're going to the Bible. It's a Bible book club. We're going to read the Bible book by book, story by story, break it down, write about the prophets, write about the attributes of the prophets and the sinners, and what we are not to do and what we should be doing, and how we get closer to the Most High. AHAYAH, or sure AHAYAH, baha Yashaya.
Shalom, Israel. This is Sister Kana, and first and foremost, I have to give all glory and praise to AHAYAH, baha Yashaya, Qadash Rawach. Shalom. Okay, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Hebrewizm channel where I do all my crafts and sewing and things like that for the Hebrewizm website that I have, clothing line and things like that. So today I'm working on another journal book. I like doing journaling and making books, and I just kind of stumbled into this, and so far I'm making my sewing journal. I also make the rugs. I also make sewing my journey journals, giving you my journey, keeping the holy days, and just everything. So now I started working on my precept book. I think this is going to be backwards, but this is my precept book, and this is the book I put together with all the precepts that I like to do. And it just first started. It started with me just making a precept book, to keep all the scriptures that I gathered together watching the videos, watching GLCC Elder Vakar videos. So I created a precept book, and let me show you. I have many of these books, but I started getting real serious. So this is the last one that I made, which I wanted to take the precepts out and put it into this big book here, and I'm going to show you. So first I just started by just just writing down my precepts, and I'll just show you an example, just so that if anybody wants to make a precept book, I watch the videos, and then I will copy down all the precepts that Elder Vakar goes into in his videos, and which helps me, record. Here's some more. It's just pages upon pages of videos that I watch, and I need to do more. I don't do enough, but I've done a lot over the years, and I keep them in books. So I'll show you, and then I'll highlight them. The highlights are when I go into other books, like the Apocrypha or the Pseudepigrapha or the book of Yashaya, the War of the Jews, whatever the book, I'll put highlights so that I'll know that I have to go into other books. So from there, I started, guys, I started making my journey books. And, I started putting together journey books, and I'll attach the videos so that you can go see them, because they're really big and they're chunky, and it has a lot of information, scriptures, precepts and things like that. And, biblical pictures and the calendar with the holy days and things like that. So then I said, well, you know what? I want to do a better a precept book. So that's what made me make this book, right? And in it, I'm going to show you what it looks like. But I'm going to turn the camera around so you can just kind of see it. But I first wanted to just tell you about it. So I put it together like this. I made a flap so that it was just a basic binder notebook. And I covered it with carving paper, and I'll show you how I did it. Just in case if anybody's interested, I think it's amazing to do, and so that you can write in it, and you can, the scriptures that you study. Okay, but before I go there, I'm going to say this. Then after I decided to make the precept book, I said, well, wait a minute. How about I do a Bible book club? Meaning just making it more interesting as you study your Bible. So I wanted to encourage sisters, and really mainly for sisters, but if brothers want to do it too, that's fine. But mainly do a book club that we can study the scriptures together, and it'll make it a little more interesting. And if you're like me, because I study, and I usually study, getting information, like I said, doing the videos, doing the precepts, so I can learn my precepts and kind of remember scriptures. That's why I really needed to make a book, because I'm not one to really remember scriptures like, oh, that's James and 5, oh, that's Ezekiel 38 and 8. I won't remember that like that. I'll know the word, and I'll know it because it's in me, but I won't remember actually what scripture and verse. So that's what prompted me to do a precept book, so that I can kind of get used to seeing certain scriptures that go together and kind of remember. So then I said, well, maybe I can do a Bible book club. And I think this is awesome and I'm going to show you why, and it's going to be different. So it's not just really like, studying the books of the Bible, going into the stories, then writing down certain key information about the story, which will kind of help you remember it, help you with your Bible study, and also putting precepts together. So I thought this was really great, and it's something that I want to do. So I want to invite others who want to join me on this journey of the Bible book club. But I'm going to do something different. And if you want to, add extra like I'm going to do, it's fine. But if you just want to, study scriptures, that's fine too, however you want to do it. But I'm going to use this book to be my Bible book club. And I'm going to show you a video, because once I started to decide to do this, I started saying, well, let me go online and see if other people do these kind of things. And boy, people are doing it. Whether they do it Bible or they just do book journaling and they're doing book clubs, it's like, why not do a Bible book club where we study certain books? There's so many books in the Bible. I mean, we know that the regular 66 books in the King James Version Bible, but then we have the Apocrypha, then we have the Pseudepigrapha, then we have the book of Yashaya, then we have the book, different other books, Enoch, and the War of the Jews. There's so many books, stories, and Bible stories and books that you can, do. Then you got the 12 patriots, their story, and oh my gosh, it's so many books that you can, elaborate on and do a book club about. So this is what I wanted to do. But the interesting thing about it is how you journal it. How not only do you do a book club where you do the reading, but then you can pick apart the stories and ask questions like, who's the main prophet in the certain, in the book story that you're reading about? What were their attributes? What were the righteous attributes of this prophet? And who was the villain? Who was the person that went against the Most High? And so that you can learn not to do these things. You know what I'm saying? Because Israel on the whole, as we see and we read throughout the scriptures, seems to always go against the Most High. So as our nature, in our sinful natures, we seem to gear always going against the Most High. We really want to learn how to get back to AHAYAH and how to be in his good graces and study the attributes of those who did right by the Most High. The ones like Abraham and Noah. What were their attributes? David, who loved the Most High and who the Most High loved. We want to, really study those things. Because a lot of times what I find with our people is that we'll go into the scriptures, we'll read the scriptures, we're in the scriptures, but we don't apply the learning and the system and the attributes of the prophets. We don't put this into real time. And maybe, doing these kind of studies on people and how they were pleasing to the Most High, the things that they did, bring these things out. It will help each of us as individuals apply this to our lives so that we can become natural creatures for and about the Most High, learning how to have faith, learning how to trust the Most High, learning how to walk in righteousness like Christ did, and these kind of things. And the more we study in a certain way, I think the more we can apply this to our everyday lives. So I wanted to try something like this. I think it's great for the building of the character, a righteous character, and I love it. And having these precept books has helped me, and how I study, how I listen, how I read and understand and comprehend and study. And I just think that we, should learn how to apply and increase our study habits so that we can get closer to the Most High. Praise the AHAYAH, baha, Yashaya. Okay, so I wanted, with me saying that, I just really wanted to point it out why it's important and really break down the attributes of the prophets and the people who were pleasing to the Most High, what they did in the stories, and then how we can apply these things to our lives, and what choices do we make from day to day, and do our choices draw us closer or further from AHAYAH, baha, Yashaya? So, and I think we need to start paying attention to these type of things, because I think a lot of people don't. I think people read the Bible. I mean, you look at most Christians and most Israelites in this truth, and their Bibles are marked up. They got highlights, and they this and this and that. And then when you deal with them on a day-to-day basis, it's like a yin and yang kind of thing. Like they don't apply righteousness to their everyday walk. And you kind of don't see the attributes of righteousness in them, because they don't even put two and two together. They think just because they read the Bible, just because they pray, and just because they fast, that they don't need to apply righteousness. That I really think that they think, and I'm just guessing because I don't understand, people and why they make certain choices and do the things they do when they know the truth. They know what Christ did and why he did it and how he lived. They know all these things, but yet they don't seem to apply it to their lives. And it's important that we start to see these attributes in peoples who call themselves Christ-like and who are followers of Yashaya and say they are, of AHAYAH, baha, Yashaya. We need to see it. It has to show through. It can't be that you just reading these scriptures, you're studying, you're fasting, and then your everyday life, it's not coming through. That you are, Yashaya's, and you are him, and you are of him. And we are striving to be perfect in our everyday lives. So I hope this helps. But anyway, let me turn the camera around. Let me start showing you the precept book. Okay, sure. Hold on. Okay, guys. So here we go. I'm at my little table, makeshift table, and I'm going to get my book. Oh, here's some of my coffee or tea dye paper that I make. And this one I put some, what's the name around it? And there's some paint here, but stitching around it. So I was checking out one of these colors that I might want to use. But these, I got to make some more because I'm running out. But I have some more, but these wasn't I was going to use. So, this is my precept book. Okay, so this is my precept book. Praise AHAYAH. And I think I'm going to have to turn it around so you can see it. But I just had a spiral notebook, and I kind of covered it and with some carbon paper, and then I put precept upon precept and put my and also on the back, but I haven't. I'm gonna cover it with something, but I haven't done it yet. And then I made this little flap so that it'll close, because I know it's gonna get really bigger as I add pages. So I did that. So it's pretty simple, but I'm gonna go through it really quickly so you can see, and then I'll give you the idea of what I want to do for the Bible Book Club journal. Okay.
So here, you know me with my pictures. I like to do pictures. And some stuff I haven't put in yet. But, okay, so this is the beginning. It says, this book belongs to Qadash Rawach, Yashaya, and blessings. And I forgot what this is. Vellum. I got a vellum sheet, and I like that because I could put pictures on it and it's still see-through, just like you can see through this. Right? So I got me a vellum sheet, and I just paper clip that on so it'll stay down for now. Right? And then I just made me some flaps so that I can you know, put things inside. So here I got the Proverbs. I don't know if you can see this. Let me turn it around really quickly. And I'm going to make another flap with this. But this is the Proverbs 31. And she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. And I'm going to make another one. And so I can make a tuck. You know, a tuck here so that you could put pages in. And here I got some Bible. I use a lot of these Bible pages like this. Just Galatians 5:1. Stand steadfast therefore in liberty wherewith Yashaya Christ hath made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. Praise the Yashaya. So, and then here I made a tuck. Here I've got some more vellum, and I you know, have a tuck. Then you can open this up, and again, our daughter, let me show you. I used a lot of these pages of a sister. I got these off the internet. A sister studying the Bible, and I put notes on it. So I will use this a lot to make my sheets for doodling and things like that. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for this journal. Okay, now I have the notes and memories, so you can see all this. Okay, so basically, just a lot of journaling pages. Especially when we do the book club, and I will add more. Like, see, like this. I have the loose pages. I will just be adding these in. Notes. So most of all my pages will be like that. And, okay, so here on this side, I got the Apocrypha. And I, you know, use a lot of my pages. I use the different books of the Bible, like the Pseudepigrapha, the Apocrypha, War of the Jews, you know, these different books. So this one, I'm actually going to do another Apocrypha just like this, but just to cover this. So I'll open it up, and then you'll see this belly band, and I'll put different things in it, okay? And then this one, I will attach this and make more study pages to study, okay? I just didn't put these in yet. And then here we got this, and so let me close this for now. Okay, here I didn't show this. I just put the two witnesses of Revelation, Judah and Israel, and I made a little pocket in the back. And here also I made a pocket here. So there will always be like a lot of pockets. This is a clear pocket, you can barely see it. And I made a pocket up here. So there's two pockets. So you can put one here. And there. So let me close this now. And then I got AHAYAH, baha, Yashaya, Qadash Rawach. All praise and honor and glory to AHAYAH. Okay, the power of Israel in the name of Yashaya. Acts 4:12. Okay. Then I go here, and so I got, you know, the other side for memory and notes. And here is the calendar. And I wanted to use this acetone paper so that I can, I put a clear calendar. No dates, no nothing. But I can make my own dates by using, you know, by using a marker. And so that's why I put the acetone over top. So I can also always erase it. So if I put 1 here, say 2, you know, 3, 4, right? When I'm done, and I could say like Holy Day or something. And then the next year is different, you know, I can just erase it off. Let me get some tissue, but you can just see it comes right off. I don't have no tissue bag. Let me use this. right? It comes right off. So that's what I like about this. They're using the acetone, just a clear acetone over it, so that I can mark it up and then I can erase it. Okay, so now here it goes into the precept. So what I did for my old precept book, I just typed it out and printed, whatever. This is the old one. So this one. I haven't done them all yet, but I will. And then I'll put it on. I think it's better to write it out because I have more room. So I tried to make this big enough so I won't be squinting, but I end up using a lot of pages. 4 pages. So, and then you can highlight and you can mark it up, but it gives you the precepts according to their works. And I put all the scriptures that I used. But this is something that I put together, and I just wanted to keep it, according to our works. Then another one I did, Spiritually Dead. Okay, and putting all the scriptures, and but it takes up a lot of space that way. So if I write it out like this, I think I'll have more pages, because I noticed that I'm running out of pages kind of quick, and I don't want to do that. But so another one, here's Being Dead in Sin. This is another GLCC in Foundation of Babylon, GLCC Babylon, and all the precepts. And what I started doing is I started adding pages in. I just glue in these pages so that I can save pages. See, I just glued these pages in, if you can see it really up close. I don't know if you'll notice this, but I just glue these pages in so that way I won't run out of pages so quick with the spiral. Same thing here, Power in the Name of AHAYAH. I did the first one. This is the first page, and then I glue all these pages in because it ended up being a lot of pages. So I would use up the book really fast if I don't do it this way. So I glue in all these pages, as you can see. Like I glued that in. You can see that's glued in. Added in sheets. So that's why it'll be thick, and that's why I will need this, because at the end of the day it's going to be really thick. But I put the precepts in, and I get to study. But also, like, I wanted to use pages like this on the back and write my notes, and I'm going to show you how I plan to do that. I printed out things like this so I can make my own tabs, and I can write in the tabs, certain things. So say if I want to do a study in the book, or in the book of Exodus, or I want to make notes about this Bible study that I just did. Let me see what's the name of this again. And he went into the lost books of the Promised Land, but I have that book, but I didn't write in the pages. So okay, so the Foundation of Salvation, right? This gives you all the precepts, right? And then in all these pages, and then at the end it was blank. So what I would do afterwards is I would take one of these pages and glue it on, right? Glue this on, and then write my notes. And I want to show you something that I did. So I wanted to print out like different Bible books that will be used. So this one has it has different books. He went to different precepts. Deuteronomy. What else? Oh, this is all Deuteronomy. But he went into Job. He went to Genesis, Colossians, right? Back to Genesis, Psalms. A lot of different books. Isaiah. And then the rest, it looks like it's Deuteronomy. He read the whole book of Deuteronomy. So I would, at the end, cut out these pages and put the different books. Isaiah, Colossians, Psalms, and cut these out and put them here. And then write my notes on what I feel, like what prophet was in these books, if there was any example of a prophet, what challenges did he face, let's say, what laws maybe did he break, or what laws did he implement, and make notes about the story, about these precepts, about the foundation of salvation, my thoughts on what the key is to it, because the whole point is we want to unlock the keys to righteousness, right? So, basically, journaling the mindset of what I got from this, and hopefully I can come up with some righteousness, in myself that I can learn from and I can apply it to my life. I could write on here life lessons, what my thoughts are, here, and different things like that. So this is how I want to put my journaling, Bible book together. After each, story, like this one, Power in the Name of AHAYAH, it goes into Exodus, Psalms, it goes into Genesis, right? Revelations, goes into the, second beast in Revelation, Genesis, John, Malachi, all these Bible books, Amos, Romans, James. So then it goes into the Apocrypha, Hosea. All of this is in one video going into the precepts. So at the end of it, there's some space here. Maybe I would, add a page that way I can make my notes, and I would kind of add it here like this, and then cut it off here. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, and I put it on here, right? I glue this page on. I'll cut it off here. Right here, I'll make a cut so to match the page. And then I'll write in my notes. I'll stick in the Bible books. Hold on. Just so I can make it visual to you. Now this is something that I would like to do with my Bible study. Right? We're making and this is going along with the Bible book club, right? And this is just how I will put my journal together. So I would take, the book of Ephesians, if this was in there, book of Romans, I'll paste that in there, the book of Yashaya. Maybe I might have to make these a bit smaller too, so it won't be so big. I want them small, just so I could put the books. I'll put what I believe was the message, and what can I get from it, and how can I apply it, and what were some of the the laws that were kept, and here are some more Bible books. I got the Holy Bible, I got the Book of Enoch, the Apocrypha, and I would just paste these in there. So I would make this smaller. I would make this smaller so that these books won't be so big. So I don't want it to cover up too much of the page, but I just want to show that these are the books that it went into, the precepts, what were some of the laws that were kept, what was some of the righteous behavior, who were the prophets involved, and, just make a note. And I probably will have to do a couple of pages, not just one page. It may be a couple of pages. And you go into, things like that, and some stats on, the keys to righteousness and righteous decision making, and what's the best, actions to take, and what would you do, and what do you think, and then you could keep those notes, and it'll help you with your decision making. So that's just one of my takes on how to put this book together. I'm going to add a video in. Now this video is just one of the videos I ran across with somebody making a book journal. And I want you to see, this is where I basically got the ideas. There's so many of them on YouTube that do these kind of books, but they don't do it in the concept of a Bible book journal. They just read different books, and they, write their assessment on the books. They'll write the stats on the book. And I just thought it was a great idea to add it to the Bible book club, and making a synopsis on what you've read, and you know, what your thoughts are, you know, what actions you would take, how it affected you, you know, things like that. Okay, so same thing with the next one is spiritual warfare, slaying of the demons, GOCC study, you know. So this is, now these are videos I'm talking about that Elder Ricard made on thing, and I write down the precepts, and then you can go into breaking down the precepts. So these are again the precepts that's in the video, and then at the end of it, I will again put in my notes maybe 2 or 3 pages. It's not just one page. It may be a page here, or maybe 2 or 3 pages here. And I would again put in the Bible books that I went into. I'll paste the Bible books here, and then put in my thoughts about what I learned, you know, from these scriptures, and how can I apply it to my life, and what prophets did what, and how did they respond, and you know how I would respond, and even those who did something wrong, you can talk about those as well. So I think this will be very educational for us, those who are learning the Bible, how we go into the Bible, how we read the Bible, how we come up with you know, our conclusions of, you know, reading these different situations. Because again, we must remember that the Bible is our schoolmaster. The Most High gave us this book so that we would know how to respond. And this is just, let me just bring this closer so you can see. It's just the Bible books and its names. And I just went online and took it, and I made them small. But I would like to make these even smaller because they're really kind of big. But I only, you know, it's trial and error, so I couldn't, you know, tell how big I need them. But I'm going to, you know, scale it down smaller and put them on the page to show that these are the books. And this is just something that I want to do. And I, you know, I ran across a few YouTubers that do it for their book clubs. And I thought it'd be great to do it, to implement this type of studying for the Bible, right? And how we, you know, look at the Bible books and how we go into it. And then, you know, I also printed out a lot of these tabs, you know, be kind, AHAYAH, baha, Yashaya, love, peace, joy, prayer, fast and pray, you know. So, you know, it's just really, 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 really awesome, guys. And I'm just so excited to do that. And so every couple of pages, and then the new month, and then you can track your months or how many days you read. You could put like colors. So I didn't put the acetone on this one, but I will be adding it here. And I can show you how I did it. I just took a sheet of acetone. I cut it to the size of the page. I cut out some black strips like this. And then I will fold the strips and glue it, you know, like this, and then glue it on the page. And then, you know, and I probably will add a tab here so that it'll be easy to see it and turn it. But you can add colors, like I read this day, I studied this day. You can write when you completed your study, you know, how many days it took you. And I would say, you know, trying to do maybe 4 books a month, 4 Bible books or 4 Bible stories, and take your time and break it down. Not just like kind of watch the video. Because although I'm good with reading, I like to hear, I listen better. So I like to play audio books. It works really well for me. You know, listening, because I can play it again and listen. Then I can jot down the different, you know, the different precepts that go together and things like that. Making my notes, you know. Okay, so, and the same thing now I'm just talking about videos right now, the videos that I've so let me keep this here. So I'm gonna add that in. Okay, so here again is another page of a Bible in a time, and I will probably add a fold to this so that I can, you know, add more pages, because the whole point is that I can write as many notes as I possibly can. Like, so I made a lot of these pages, like this one has a tuck spot, right? And I can put things here, put notes and sheets, and I can add more pages to this, so I can have a couple of pages right? And again, May, the same thing. You put the acetate here with the black marker, so that I will add that in as well. So when I mark up the page, I can erase it. You know, I won't just be wasting paper. But you see, this takes up a lot of space, so that's why I have to glue pages on top of this, so that you know, it'll make this bulkier, but at least it'll have more pages. You know. Here's another month. Some more scriptures. Okay. Here's the book of Enoch. And I, you know, will also make a door for this where it'll open and close. Stick some of the scriptures that I like from the book of Enoch. Especially we know about the secrets of the times, and also chapter 78 talking about the how the moon and the sun, you know, works for the holy days. But there's a lot of different verses and chapters in the book of Enoch that I really like, and it's very good for learning. Even when you go into the Pseudepigrapha, where it has all the different books in there, you know, like the 12 Patriarchs, you can read of that. You can do a whole study on that. You could do a whole study on Baruch and, you know, his process with the Most High and how he was fasting, and the Most High made him fast so he can get information. All that stuff is just really, really good reading and good examples of that we should start breaking down, so that we learn how these people who the Most High, you know, thought very highly of, that he would even use them, that he would talk with them and give them secrets and things like that. So, you know, again, a note page, and I will add different a few pages here so that you can make notes on what you read, document it, write your you know, synopsis of what you read and the outcome and what you would do opposed to what did the prophet do, and you know, there's so much to go into with a Bible book club and journaling. So now, you know, if you can join the Bible book club, I mean, we're just going to be those of us in like minds who want to get together to study and come up with our ideas of what we got from the stories. But you don't have to go elaborate as this. You know, some people may not want to do all this, but I really like doing it, and it helps me you know, retain the information, you know, retain the verses, retain the story, and retain the outcome. So here's another what's the name? But as you see, the pages, it's not a lot of pages. Here's another one, you know, so I have to add pages, which will make the book bigger. Here we into August. Here we go for the book of Jubilees, and I will make a flap for here and a flap for here. And so that I can open this up, I will use the same, you know, thing. So when you open it, you'll get this as well. But inside, I can put more pages. Okay? More notes. And here we are in September. I have to add. So I just love it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to start. And I will make an announcement. I don't know what day I will do this on. I will complete it. But, I mean, I will start the Bible Book Club maybe on a Tuesday, let's say. I don't know for sure. I'll make the announcement. And if you want interested in joining, you can send me an email. Here's another one. This is the boundaries of the land. So I put this, the map of Israel's borders. And then, you know, this will be basically chapters of about landmass, our borders, maybe Qadash. Yeah, because I printed out some of the Qadash. I put it in here, and I made a flap here at the end. I need to show you. But I'm going to show you this. I started printing out, because these pages could get really expensive, all these colored pages. So I try to take my time as I fill it up. But this, I'll show you. The Book of Jubilees. And the map. Yeah, the map. So this particular one, let me see what's on the back here. I will probably do about the borders. So this is ready. very close to one another, right? So I will probably put in the Qadash information that the Most High gave me on Qadash, which is in Jordan, and I would print out all those pages. It's a lot of pages, so it will be front and back, and I will probably stick that, make a folder over here, and stick that in within here. So I have to do that. So, you know, and just keep everything in its proper place so I can find if I'm looking for something. But I wanted to print out a lot of this information, so once, like, if the internet goes down, you don't, you know, everything is not lost. So, you know, that's good too for those of you who are trying to keep the information that was given on the internet. You want to start printing, putting stuff on disk or on USBs, so you can have the information even when the internet goes down. You know, preferably print, even, because you may not can use the USB, or if there's no electricity, you can't even turn on the computer. So, but if you have it in a book, you will keep it. You can retain it as long as you can carry it with you. You know, you can keep it. So, you know, and I got a lot of books, so I'll be carrying a whole lot of stuff. But I would like to keep all this stuff that I have, and while we're in the wilderness, use it as study information. You know. So that's what I'm working on. So just to keep it going, just so you can see. So then I also did the book of Josephus. These are all the different books that we have that we can go into that correlates with the King James Version. So the book of Josephus, the War of the Jews. And here, let me just show you. I printed out the book of Josephus, War of the Jews, chapter 6, and I just read this a lot, and I use this information, so I wanted to stick that in here. I will make a pocket or something, or either just put the pages in here so that I can read it. And then I made this door. So actually it's the same picture, and that's what I will do with the rest of the pictures that you saw. Make these kind of doors so I can you know, put the information inside. And just, you know, store it, keep it. So, you know, because I'm running out of pages already. Okay, so that's to keep that going. Okay, but I do have a lot of pages, but it will go fast once I start putting in my preset notes. Okay, another one, I'll put the acetone in here. Here's another calendar, I'll put the acetone here, so that I could just always be writing. Here's another one, I'll put the acetone tape here. Okay, here I got the Dead Sea Scrolls. Again, so like this is 2 pages. I will add a door. I just clipped it in, but I will add it in. So, and the same thing with this, the Praise AHAYAH. So you can see this. Okay, and I just got 2 pages so you can see here and here. And I will add a door that I can open and close and stick things in. So that way I can keep all the information. And, you know, without it getting too big and too bulky. Another page to add the acetone so I can write and keep notes. Yeah. And then last, Shanya, this is the last April. And, you know, basically like this. This is the book of Enoch. Here I added a book, another page. This is just something for my sewing. But the same one, I just added a book, and I can add pages inside, like that. Or make a pocket here and stick it inside. But that's where it helps me keep a lot of notes. And here we are at the end, and this is my little back pocket that I made. And that's where I'll keep all this stuff. I got some stuff down here, so I gotta put this in like a little bag. But these, I don't have my sewing journal with me, so I just put this stuff in here so I won't lose it. But praise AHAYAH. So I'll just stick this in here until I finish. But I just wanted to give you guys the idea, and if you're interested in doing something like that, I mean, I myself, I don't mind, you know, it may be For someone else, it may be a lot, very time consuming. But for me, I take my time and I put these things together, and I really enjoy it, you know. I like making books and journals, and just because there's so much information since I've been, waking up to this truth and how the Most High have been dealing with me on a lot of things. So I need to document these things, you know. So let me put this back in there, you know. So it's awesome. It's awesome, to have. It's awesome to start. It's awesome for our learning. I think it's very important that we learn the ways of the Most High. And you have to be creative on how you figure out how to process all this information, to learn his laws, statutes, and commandments, to put it in our inward parts so that we will definitely know how to please the Most High. Praise AHAYAH. This is awesome, and I'm so happy to do it. I'm so thankful for information online to teach me. So I just want to show you these things. These are some of the things, like the different cards I use. I save all these old things so that I can make, add pictures to them and make little cards. And, I print out pictures and just keep these things. This is for my sewing book, all these little things, little cards I keep because I'll put things on it, pictures on it, and I'll use it. I found these little, ladybug stickers to put on some of my things, like this little heart. This is a sticker, just little things like this. And this, I printed out this Bible, put it on there, and I'll show you this just so you'll know. I got so much paper everywhere, but I've shown you these pictures before, but I will add these Israelite pictures, kings and queens. Here's the Bible that I printed out and I could use. These pictures like this of just pages that you can write on for more notes. Sheet music pages you can use. This is for fasting. So I'll print out all these pages, and I'll add these in the book. Brother and sister Israelite, birds, and just song sheets that you can have. All these nice little pictures of sister with her head covered, and all for keeping notes. But they're nice, colorful pages, and they look really nice. But I have a lot of them. So these are the things. I've used some of these pages before. Nice. That I will use some of these pages. And I'll show you how and where I'll put them in. But I want to just quickly show them the Bible. Okay. With the shofar. Okay. Just some ideas. Like these are my copies of the Book of Jubilees that I will make my doors with. Here are some of the scriptures, the precepts, the creation of the world that I didn't add yet. 3 cities of refuge. These are some of the scriptures that I will be adding, and I already printed it out. I just didn't add them in. Edom. This is about Qadash. So where I have the map, I will be adding this into that. And, there's more I'm set to print out as well. So, and this is the Apocrypha. More of that. That's going to be part of the door. Another door. And this one's Josephus. I'm going to make, different doors just so I can make pockets. And I can put some of the papers in there. Some of my notes. So it's going to be really... So this way, when you're in the wilderness, you have stuff to do. You won't be idle. You can learn to start, keeping yourself occupied with the scriptures, with the information from the Most High, And once you start creating those kind of habits, it's easy. It's easier for you to, get through, You know, sometimes, and that way sin won't come in. You don't allow sin to come in. You keep yourself busy with the work of the Most High. Like I got these stickers just to put little hearts and numbers, you know, things like that. I like this because I use a lot of silver and gold. So if you can see that, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, just little how you say, crystal little things that you can bling your stuff out a little bit. Numbering, you know, for things that you want to number. These are all numbers you can use it, you know, for numbering. More tags, stuff for tags. Here's scriptures that I want to put some heavy paper behind, like say this, to make it more sturdy, you know, so it won't tear so easily. But that's not the right size. Here's some velour. I started the coffee diet. Here's one of the pictures that I made of like the brother, one of the pictures of the brother with the Bible in the background. And it says fasting. You know, so I like to make these kind of cards with these pages, with these things. I don't throw them away. I keep them and I'll cover them. And then I'll make something like this out of it, you know? AHAYAH. Yeah, I mean, this is for my sewing book. I didn't put it in there yet, but, you know, and it's like a pocket, you know, to put a pocket and put some things in. And also another one of those tea cards for different books. And just trying to get, I found these little stickers. I mean, I probably would color this and make it a brown girl. And this is some of this for my sewing journal as well. And I keep all these things. I try not to throw nothing away. Here's when I started. I covered it. Right, and I will put some picture on it or something like that. Here I got these napkins. I have a lot of these. I use these a lot. And I'll glue these on like a card. Here's another card that I made for sewing, but this is for my sewing journal. Right, and I put a piece of linen. I tried, you know, fussy cutted it and added a button on top. And a measurement chart. I put Hebrewizm tag in the sewing machine at the bottom. So just so you can get an idea, this is my tag. These are called tags. So I have a few of them that I'm making. Different tags I will make to stick in my books. Yeah. So this is what it is. I mean, it's so, you know, it's nice to create these type of things. You know, and, you know, put scriptures together. Here's my business card. This is my Hebrewizm business cards. You know, use those sometimes. This is a time for everything. A time to rent, a time to sow, a time to keep silent, a time to speak. This is Ecclesiastes 3:7. And this is the Proverbs. She'd make it fine linen and keep and sell it and develop girdles unto the merchants. Proverbs 31:24. This is my sewing stuff though, for my sewing book. Here's a sister sewing from my olden days. She's sewing. Here's AHAYAH. So, and here I'm making a little, I just bent it, gonna make a card out of it. But guys, so I hope you come on this journey with the precept book and the Bible book club, where we delve into the Bible, reading scriptures, watching videos, writing down the precepts, and then making evaluation of the stories and, you know, writing down the data, who's the prophet involved, what lesson was learned, what laws did he keep, what laws did he break, how you can apply it to your life. You know, all these things is a way for us to learn how to learn to be more righteous in the eyes of the Most High by studying, you know, the Most High and his prophets. And these stories are our, you know, way to learn and get closer to the Most High. It's our schoolmaster. The Bible is our schoolmaster. It's here to teach us. We must utilize it, learn it, and just study it. And not by just reading, because I find that people read the Bible, they'll highlight their book. Their book is full of highlights, all kind of stuff. But they don't seem to know how to apply it to their everyday life. And that's why you have so many Hebrew Israelites not taking on Christ and not taking on Yashaya and applying Yashaya to their lives like we supposed to. There's no Christ-like attributes to a lot of people that we meet, because we just reading the Bible and praying, and then when you deal with other people, you just as evil and hateful as you can be. And that's not the way we are supposed to be, brothers and sisters. We have to apply this righteousness to our lives. We have to become righteous. We have to become holy in the name of Yashaya. So I thought this was a good idea, and I pray that you join me on the Bible book club. And precept upon precept, making your own precept books. It don't have to be like this. You don't have to go all out. You could just write your notes. It's okay. But just start the process of putting the information, applying it to your lives, and learning how to apply it to your lives. I think a lot of people don't know how to apply these things to their lives. They just read it as a Harlequin novel and don't really know how to put it into their everyday speaking and dealing with other people, learning. We have to operate in love. And sometimes, you have to chastise too. It's not, chastising. The Most High said he chastises who he loves. So you may have to rebuke somebody sometimes and tell them and not agree with them. And that doesn't mean that you don't love them or that you're not being nice. But you know the difference between righteous and unrighteous. And when people are not being righteous, you can tell. You see the spirit. And we have to work on these spirits from day to day to day to day. From day to day to day to day. It's an everyday effort, especially coming out of Babylon. We have learned to be so cold and callous in Babylon. The Most High said that the love of many will wax cold. He said the wicked will continue to do wickedly. And as the righteous grow more righteous. So we need to be learning how to grow more righteous, brothers and sisters. And it's only through the book, the scriptures, where we get this information, this Bible. Excuse me. The Bible is our schoolmaster, and we must study it like we are going to school. Learn it. Learn how to apply it. Learn wisdom. And pray for wisdom, that the Most High open up your understanding. I give all honor and glory to AHAYAH, baha, Yashaya. I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you got some. I hope you join me in the book club. You can send me an email at I told you travel at yahoo.com. I'll write it out. Send me an email and let me know that you want to join the book club. Book club. Praise AHAYAH, baha, Did I put the I? You see it? I. Okay, that's it. Can you see it? I told you travel at yahoo.com or info at ITOJA travel.com. Okay? Send me an email. Join the Bible book club and journal club. And let's start putting these precepts together. Let's start putting these scriptures together as we grow to learn to live righteously according to AHAYAH Bahashim Yashaya. He is our master. He's our teacher, and we must study him. We must go into these scriptures and not just read and then, highlight some pages and call it a day. We must read and study and write down the attributes, write down our notes, write down what we should learn, just like you in college. Learn AHAYAH, learn Yashaya, and get yourselves together. We have to get ourselves together, brothers and sisters. I give all glory and praise and honor to AHAYAH, baha Yashaya, Qadash Rawach. Send me an email for the book club. Bible, let me write that down. Bible book club. We'll be doing some journaling. We're going to journal. We're going to, read and, write, break down the stories of the videos and of the books that we read in the scriptures, mainly the books. We're going to the Bible. It's a Bible book club. We're going to read the Bible book by book, story by story, break it down, write about the prophets, write about the attributes of the prophets and the sinners, and what we are not to do and what we should be doing, and how we get closer to the Most High. AHAYAH, or sure AHAYAH, baha Yashaya, Qadash Rawach. Thank you, brothers and sisters. I pray you join me. I pray you're getting out of Babylon. That's the most important, because really this is for those who are coming out of Babylon. For those who are getting closer to the Most High. We're trying to get closer to Yashaya. We're trying to seek his face, AHAYAH, through his son. Learn this book. Yashaya is the word. We must learn this book. Learn Yashaya. The whole book. He is in the volume of the whole book. And so we must go through it and dissect it so that we can learn about our Father and his son, Yashaya. Okay? So I see you soon, brothers and sisters. Shalom.